everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good night. So, it's currently after 9 in the evening, and I just finished up with some work. And I'm going to be honest, I feel flat out exhausted. I have been up since 6 this morning, thanks to, Queen Booger back there. She gets me up at 6 a.m. And I've been going, and I could drop into bed right now. But rather than go to bed, I decided to stay up and react to Chantal because after her little meltdown, hissy fit rage stream, she went live again and she just finished up. Now, I'm going to give you guys a little preview and let you know that the next stream, the stream that I'm reacting to tonight, right now, it's not a rager. No, that was earlier. This stream, she is high as balls. She is space cadetting. So, little tidbits about that. So apparently, after her Rager stream, somebody sent her a very large PayPal donation. She said it was in the 3 figures range. I don't know exactly what that means, but it was a sizable amount. And she got a whole lot of edibles, like a lot. And on stream, she basically took a bite of 300 milligrams all at the same time. But I guess she had something before that because she is practically not able to talk. So she's sick. I don't know if she took any medication for her cold or cough or whatever it was. But on top of that, she's doing edibles. And I'm just letting you guys know if anybody doesn't want to see her high as balls, or if seeing somebody high out of their mind might trigger you, just letting you know so you know what you're about to see. Also, there's a whole lot of stuff to go over on Twitter. And part of the reason for that is because Chantal was doing her rager and I wanted to capture it before she deleted it. I felt like she was going to dirty delete it. She hasn't dirty deleted it yet. But I wanted to get my copy before that happened, so I did. So because of that, I did not do the Twitter peeps. So we got to catch up on that as well as go over her stream so you guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. And there's another reason why I'm doing the react tonight because I am flat out exhausted. And I know me, when I'm exhausted, the snarkiness comes out. And I know how much you guys love Spicy Rose. So I'm tired. I am very tired. And knowing the Spicy Rose comes out when I get tired, I'm just going to let her play tonight. And I thought you guys might enjoy that. So, all right. So, for those of you that are on Twitter that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. And for those of you not on Twitter, I'm doing the peeps for y'all so y'all can keep up with all the gossip and the news going down on Twitter. All right, so starting here, Kristen says, Chantal is so high, she sounds like she's trying to talk through Novocaine. Tracy and Teardrop have been losing their minds in the chat, alleging that there is a rogue mod blocking people. Chantal insists she unmodded Salah, but apparently they're both too stupid to notice that YouTube shows who did the blocking. Yeah, so if you're a mod, wouldn't you be able to see what mod is blocking everybody? Why don't they notice it? I've been a mod, and whenever somebody got blocked, you see who got blocked and who did it. So with that in mind, why can't they see what is going on that they're not paying attention? All right, something nice from Matt Pinner saying, you wake up to this. What is the first thing you do? Well, I live in New Mexico. In about a month or two, we're going to be seeing more of that because it does snow here. It's going to be cold and it's going to snow. It's going to look a lot like that. So if I woke up and I saw snow outside like that, what would I do? Well, I would make a nice big pot of chili and put on my big fuzzy socks, and I would cuddle up with Queen Booger. That's what I would do. I would just look outside and see the beautiful snow and stay inside and cuddle with Queen Booger because that's just the proper thing you do. Tired AF says, I think Salah is blocking and timing people out on the down low. You know what would be hilarious? This would be so hilarious. And this would be some proper payback. If Salah was really going crazy, blocking people left and right, just willy nilly blocking all her members and all of her subs and putting everybody on the block list, and Chantal's so high that she doesn't notice and her mods can't do anything about it. And then she wakes up the next morning and says, oh my God, look at all these people on the block list. And she has to unblock everybody because she can't figure out who's friend and who's foe. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like she'd have to unblock everyone because she wouldn't know who got wrongly blocked and who is somebody that she blocked. Kristen says Chantal is going to slam her big butt down the way she always does and unalive the kitten. I'm calling it now. So, you guys want to see what was going on tonight with Chantal? Let's watch.
And then I just saw a little paw emerge. Oh, baby. Daddy. Are you so cozy? You're so cozy.
Yeah, so Chantal's got that big cloud couch, as she calls it, and she likes to plop herself down on the couch. It would be kind of dangerous because sometimes kittens and cats like to hide in crevices in the couch because they feel safe. So I hope that she is careful about where she sits.
She's so cute, like in between the pillows, and it looks so comfy, and she can hide there.
You know what? I'm betting that that couch is the warmest spot in the house. She likes to keep the house really, really cold. So she's just trying to find a warm, soft place in the house where she could stay warm. And unfortunately, that's where Chantal sits. I'll pray for the kitten. Tired AF says, Teardrop says it's Salah that's doing it. Teardrop says, Chantal, Salah timed out Tracy. Kristen says, Foodie Beauty is the worst. So let's see what's going on here.
I was never homophobic.
Okay, so apparently this is a couple that I guess used to support Chantal. Elena and Jax says, remember us, Jackie and Elena? We supported you for years and then stopped being okay then you stopped being okay with gays when you met your husband. You used to love us but shocked us. And here's Chantal denying, I guess, saying something wrong.
Remember us, Jackie and Elena? We supported for years, and then you stopped being okay with gays. I was never homophobic. No.
Yes, you are. And I'm going to add something to that conversation. I remember specifically during Pride Week of all times that you said you wanted to date a woman. You're like, I'm done with men and I want to date a woman. I want to take a woman on a date. So you were trying to exploit the LGBTQ community in Pride Week, doing all this during Pride Week, saying that you were coming out and you wanted to get a cake and all that stuff. Yeah, she did. I remember that.
Oh, I really don't think I ever said anything that like indicated that, right? Or did I? I don't think so. I would remember that. But I do remember you guys. Thank you. I still love you guys. I never even knew we had beef or anything. Seriously. Water under the bridge, man. I'm totally okay with gays. What do you mean? I love
And she's okay with anybody as long as they give her money.
gays. I know that sounds that sounds like something that someone that doesn't love them would say. But of course I do. Like I have no like innately within me, like my belief, like my whole life, you know, I've had like a lot of gay friends, and
Sure. Chantal, your like or hate depends on what mood you are in that day and who you're around. Truly. You were okay with Creality Joe, despite the fact that he was a PDF file. And the only time you stopped being okay with him was when it was revealed what he had done. And then you were kind of forced to let him go. But even then, you were sympathetic to what he'd done. Saying he did his time in jail. You also talked against Canada, saying it was a crap country until you had to come back. You were also very supportive of Shanny for Christ while they were giving you money over there. But then the moment they ran out of money, then you had something bad to say about them. Not to say that I'm a fan of Shanny for Christ. I'm not. I'm just pointing out different examples of how her opinions tends to switch. She doesn't really have true conviction about anything. It all depends on her mood and if she's got a need and if she can exploit something, whether it's a child or the LGBTQ community or a man or whatever. So Kristen says, to the surprise of absolutely no one, Yup says, how many times did Foodie Beauty stop talking to Natter? How many times did she disconnect his mobile? How many times did she block him? How many times did she stop giving him money? Exactly. Let's watch the clip.
I did block him, but I unblocked him. And when I unblocked him, he messaged me. I don't know if they can tell.
So let's recap. Chantal's been trying for days to get in touch with Salah. She's been doing everything to try to get his attention. First, she did the stream where she was practically naked. Maybe she thought that by doing that he would contact her. That didn't work. Then she did the exact opposite. She came on stream and she was Miriam, not Chantal. She put on the hijab. She put on the abaya. She was trying to show her good girl self. Show him, yeah, I can do things for myself. I can be a good wife. When that didn't work, then she did the meltdown stream. Basically acting out and throwing a hissy fit because all her little manipulative tactics were not working. So she came on stream. She said all those things about Salah, that he was a cheater, saying that people in his family, they all marry their cousins, that there's a whole bunch of kids that they can't support. Very inflammatory things. She did all that, and then she unblocked him. Does that strike anybody else as being manipulative? Like, I'm going to say the most awful things about you and your family, knowing that that's a sore spot. And then I'm going to unblock you on my phone because I want your attention and I want you to talk to me. Even if all you do is yell at me, that makes me happy because I'm getting your attention. You're such a child, Chantal, and not a good one. You are a bad child. Bad. Hectic Llama says, someone in Foodie's current live who has moderator privileges is timing people out and no one can figure out who it is. Also, she is so high that she said, who is Mog roading rather than who is rogue modding? Yeah, she was messed up. Florida Salt and Sass says, she always does the same thing with each dude. 1, needs them to quit their job. 2, wants them at home 24/7 waiting on her. 3, isolates them from friends and family. Controlling and awful, but then accuse them of that when she doesn't get her way and they inevitably leave. Yeah, it's abusive behavior. She is an abuser. Chantal is an abusive person. Those of us that are in girl world, we already know this. We are already aware of her, and that's why we go so hard at her. The Beezers, they still haven't learned that yet. Maybe it's because they haven't been around long enough and seen the patterns and the cycles that we have, but they'll figure it out. Eventually, they'll figure it out. They'll figure out that she was a wolf in sheep's clothing, a predator disguising herself as a victim. They'll come to that conclusion on their own, I'm sure. Savage says this chick is live with a 3,000 milligram gummy pack and already took a bite out of a 300 milligram piece. Foodie Beauty is about to take us on one heck of a ride for round 2. For context, y'all, I have a male friend that I love dearly named Jim. He suffers from very nasty, constant migraines. And he's in a lot of pain, a lot. Even as someone that he deals with a lot of constant pain, the most that he'll take is 30 milligrams in the morning and then 30 milligrams at night. And that's all he needs. Just 60 milligrams. And here's Chantal taking a bite of a 300 milligram gummy for no random reason other than she wants to get high. Chantal, there is getting high and then there's being too high, doing too much and getting sloppy and messy and looking bad with it. You're taking way too much for no random reason other than you're trying to block everything out. It's a bad look, okay? It's a real bad look, and it's a bad way to be, because all you're doing is chasing up your tolerance to such a high level that soon you won't be able to get high anymore. You won't feel it. Then what you gonna do? Oh, silly, it's Lily says Foodie Beauty's crash out as predicted by many. High as balls, in my opinion. Her allergy nose is back. I don't think she likes the aunties or not having a car. Cam up, girl. Take the girl world crown back. Let's watch the clip.
Anyways, I just know his family's probably down there trying to console him for being with a wicked West woman. And him too. Oh my god, what you've been through. All the farts and sharts. Yeah, what about me? Fuck off. What about me? I had to put up with cheating from your fucking son.
Chantal, if the family perceived you as a wicked Western woman, maybe that's because the image that you put out about yourself. Did you do anything to combat that image and give them a different image of you in their mind? What did you do that you were not wicked? You were lazy, you were gluttonous, you were dirty. You're still wicked and lazy and gluttonous, even in Canada. You started out that way, you went over there that way, and you came back that way. You're rude, you're nagging, you are insecure, you're jealous, you're domineering, you're a tyrant. So if they have this image and feeling of you, I'm sure it has nothing to do with what he said to them. It had everything to do with what you said.
Okay? So all of you can shut the fuck up. There, I said it. I'm tired of this shit. That was for Keith. No. Oh no, I'll be right back. I gotta use.
You know what, Chantal? I got a prediction. I think your little crash out tonight is going to be very, very expensive. Now, some might be wondering, what am I talking about? Expensive. What do you mean by that, Rose Thorne? When I say expensive, I don't necessarily mean money. No. There's all kinds of ways for something to be expensive. In Chantal's case, the expensive is her coming online and saying all the things that she's been saying about Salah and his family. That's going to come at a high cost. her want of attention and wanting him to contact her, that's going to cost her. If he's got any dirt, any tea on Chantal, if she pushes him too far, he might just come forward at some point and give us the tea. And she's not going to like it. All because she wanted attention. And she's in Canada and she can't control herself. So she's dropping little bits and pieces of tea for all of us right now. But he might come on and drop a whole lot more. And I'm sure he's got stuff. Chantal, earlier today, I did like a little mini reading on Salah. And let me tell you what the reading said. He wants to be done with you. He doesn't want anything to do with you or your channel. He wants to separate himself away from you. He wants no part of you or what's going on with you right now. And you just won't let him go. He tried to let you down easy, but you are still insisting on an attachment to him. He wants to move on with his life and do his thing, and you're just not letting it happen. You don't want him to be happy. You don't want him to break contact with you. You want to hold on, and you need to let go. And you're also rolling with the thought that since he's such a passive person, he's so quiet. You're getting on your channel and you're saying, what is he going to do? What is he going to do? Are you sure you want to push that button? Because once you push it all the way, you can't unpush it. He's not an aggressive person, and you're going to take advantage of that. You think, oh, he won't fire back at me. I think he will. I think if you keep pushing that button, he will. And you're pushing it real hard right now. The Tone Knob says, Foodie Beauty cracked today and admitted what we all knew. Her sham marriage was a mess from day one. Lying, cheating, scamming, and fighting. She's losing her ability to hold back all the drama, and she's still a miserable person with no man or life. It's all coming out soon. Yep. The longer that he doesn't talk to her, the less attention he gives her, the more she's losing it. She might have some abandonment issues that are getting triggered AF right now. She wants to hold on and hold on and hold on, and he's putting out all the bat signals. I don't want you to hold on. I want you to let go. Just do the right thing and let me go quietly the way that I want to go. And she's not letting it happen. She wants some drama. She wants him to fight with her, because if he fights with her, in her mind, she equates that to, oh, he's paying me attention. That means he really cared. You don't get love by hurting people, Chantal. If anything, hurting people means they definitely won't love you, and they'll run away from you that much faster. Kristen says she did it again. Let's watch.
Find another Arab man in Canada? They're whitewashed. Find another Arab man in Canada? They're whitewashed.
The things that come out of that disgusting mouth of hers. Enigma 2025 says, with her erratic behavior going on, she will never return to Syria again because the family won't allow it. He will end up ghosting her, and that's when the Natter 2.0 will start. This is just the beginning. Kristen says, to the surprise of absolutely no one.
I did block him, but I unblocked him.
Yeah, and that's a little game that you play. You'll come online, you'll have a meltdown, you'll say hateful, awful things. You'll block and then unblock. It's a power play for you. You blocking and unblocking, it's a power play. Trying to get the one up. It's stupid.
And when I unblocked him, he messaged me. I don't know if they can tell.
Ron says, spills it that there's an elevator in her building, so she's not in a townhouse.
Hey, Orange Shrimp. Do you live in a safe neighborhood? No. Thank you, Uncle BB. You should have seen the people out front of the elevator. You should have seen.
I'm sure they had the same thoughts when they saw you coming.
Oh no! Well, now you know there's an elevator.
I thought she hated elevators. I thought she was scared of elevators. Remember? She was in Kuwait and made a big deal about riding the elevator, but suddenly she can ride the elevator by herself. Interesting. Florida Salt and Sass says, I think the only reason she's mentioning Nads again is money. I do think he cheated on her, but my suspicion is that she's doing a lot more of this for more money is also there. She's broke. She's looking for a lightning in a bottle resurrection. Well, good luck with that. Problem is, it's all been done before. She did so many things during Crackhead Olympics. It's all been done before. What could she do now that she hasn't done before? I ask you, girl world. There's only one thing that she hasn't done yet, and it's the one thing that she will never do. Tell the truth. She's given us a multitude of lies and stories, but the one thing she's never given girl world is the doggone truth. To get even a sliver of it, we got to wait till she's mad. But that's the one thing she's never given us. She's done everything else. She's come on camera almost naked. She's flashed us her private parts. She's lied to us. She's told outrageous stories. She's driven while she's been intoxicated, zonked out of her head on edibles, claiming abuse. What hasn't she done except give us the truth? Debbie's World says she's 100% the predator. She makes sure you're going to quit your job. She gets you away from your friends and family. She alienates you from everything you are accustomed to, and then she controls your life with her money. Sounds like love to me. I've been telling y'all, she's not a victim. She's a predator because that is predator behavior. That is abusive partner behavior. Amanda Beth says, in my opinion, she thought Salah would miss her and be asking her to come back. The reality of the situation is sinking in, and the crash outs are only going to get worse. And I agree with you, Amanda. This is just the start, girl world. Buckle up. Get those seatbelts ready. Put them on. Before you put them on, though, make sure to pop plenty of popcorn and get your tea because you're going to need a nice big supply for the next couple of months. Nana Spike T says, correction, you chose to put up with his cheating. You could have easily walked away after Scatgate, but nope, you ran back to him. You could have left after the pretty girl, but nope. So your argument is null and void. Crochet with Ashmay says, talking about Salah's family like they are in high school. Let's watch.
Anyways, I just know his family's probably down there thinking, trying to console him for being with a wicked West woman.
And Chantal, you're sounding awfully stuffy, and I don't think it's because of a cold. Girl, we've heard this before too. All the stuffiness and I am so sick. You've been playing in the snow. The kind that doesn't melt. The kind that you shove up your nose. You might want to lay off of that. You're doing entirely too much.
And him too. Oh my god, what you've been through. All the farts and shards. Yeah, what about me? Fuck off.
You know what, Chantal, you're getting mad over a situation that may have not have even happened. You're imagining conversations and dialogues and scenarios that you're not even around for. Your mind is going into awful places. What could be going on right now is the family is spending time together and not giving you a second thought. You're imagining all these awful things, but you don't even know what's going on. You're just imagining it. And you got a toxic imagination. Oh, they're all just sitting around talking about me and thinking about me and plotting against me. You think everybody's life revolves around you. I got news for you. He's got a family. There are children. There are other people. I am sure that they are spending time with each other and not really thinking about you. Sassy Cat says, Foodie Beauty says he was so mad when she pulled her stunt the other night. He won't talk to her, so she blocked him. So she says, this tells me her putting the hijab back on was to make up for the bedsheet. She is also trying to use Julia to keep in touch with Salah. So she pulled the stunt to get his attention. What ended up happening was he got angry with her. When he got angry with her, she blocked him in retaliation as punishment. And then the next day, she had regrets. And her putting the hijab and the abaya back on had nothing to do with faith. It was a gesture of, I'm sorry, I'm stupid, I screwed up. And she thought that by doing that, that would just excuse the way she behaved. And it didn't. He dug his heels in, he stood his ground, and she didn't like that either. And the whole, she's trying to use Julia to keep in touch with Salah, that is so Chantal coded, isn't it? I just have to get into his house. Because when she gets in a guy's house and she leaves her stuff there, he'll never get rid of her. She'll have a reason to keep calling, keep showing up, keep being a bother, rather than let the man go. So her clothes and her possessions are no longer in Syria, but there's Julia. And because Julia's there, she'll forever call just to ask about Julia when she really doesn't care about Julia. She just wants a connection point that she can tap into when she wants to and just be a nuisance. Lisa Manning says, okay, here are my thoughts. She put on the hijab and then hinted today at coming back home to Syria. And he said no, then the crash out. Yeah, I believe it. She's been whining and complaining and crying about how much she misses Salah and Julia. All the arrows are pointing in the direction of she's running low on money and she wants to go back to Syria before she's all the way broke. So they talked. She said she wanted to come back. He's not letting her back. He doesn't want her back. She didn't have the money to go home anyway. He told her to stay there and she got mad because she didn't get her way. She thought she'd be able to come back to Canada, indulge, really indulge, go over the edge, and then before she got broke all the way, go back to Syria and not have to deal with rent at all. And he said no. Access to Club Salah denied. You can't pay the membership fee. Okay, what else we got here? Sassy Cat says, using a cat as a pawn to keep in touch with a man who doesn't want you is nuts. Well, that is Foodie. That is something that she would do, and it's something she does do. So that's all for the Twitter peeps. So let's get on with the live stream. And are we going to fast forward through this bad boy? Oh, yes, we are. Because I ain't got all night, and even if I had all night, I wouldn't give it to you, Chantal. Let me just check really quick to see if the chat has showed up. Hold on.
It's technology.
Shut up, Chantal. I'm not ready for you yet. Okay, now I'm ready.
Necessities in this day and age.
You know, for someone who is really, really sick, she won't stop going live. If you're really, really sick, do you want to sit in front of a camera for hours and hours and talk? Especially if you got a chest cold or a head cold. Oh no, that would hurt your throat. It would be raw from too much talking. But she's talking and she won't shut up and she won't go to bed.
Excuse me.
So it lets me believe that maybe she's not sick at all. Maybe she's just stuffed up because she did too much of the Coca-Cola, and that nasal drip down the back of the throat is what's causing her to sound like this.
Well, the pillows came with the couch, Nina. Thank you. Thank you very much, strawberries and cream. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard. Did Pete's go live? He usually goes live at 8. Put them in the dryer? Really? I'll have to try that. Thanks, Tristan, Maddie. Should I shave my hair? I think at this point,
And that's another tell that you're doing too much of the Coca-Cola, that awful throat clearing. It disappeared for a while and now it's back. So annoying.
Yeah, Linda, you can replace the yeah. But the couch part itself is pretty cozy and sturdy, I would say.
Girl, we don't care about your couch. It's a couch. Nobody cares about the couch. Get on with it.
So the little cat, I think putting her on my bed in the cage was a good idea because she's started purring really loud.
Wait, what? Back it up. Putting her in the cage on my bed was a good idea. Why is she still in the carrier? Why can't you take that carrier, take the cat out of the carrier, put the carrier on a closet shelf, and let her wander about the house? Let her get acquainted with the house. Give her a nice warm area to sleep in. Why is the carrier even a thing?
Out of nowhere. And did I always have a double chin, by the way, or is this new? I have some party favors. Do not shave, Brooka.
If you got party favors, then that means you should stop grifting for money, because you really don't need the money.
I'll have to find a way to show you the couch without showing something in my place. Then maybe. I didn't block you, mean sugar. I have no idea. What is this thing?
You know what, Chantal? I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood because of the stream you did earlier, and I'm in a mood now because I'm really tired. And because I'm really tired, and I worked really hard today, and I'm annoyed with you, you're going to get it. Oh, you're going to get it tonight. If you decide you want to get high, do the world a favor and do it away from the camera. Nobody needs to really see this. No one needs to be exposed to this. I know you're an idiot and you're inconsiderate and you don't think about other people. But inadvertently, you may be triggering people who happen to come across your stream, people who may have had substance problems, and seeing this kind of crap might trigger them. You never consider other people, what they're going through, what they've been through. You just get on camera acting the fool, being a mess. You want to get high? Do your live stream first, sober, then turn the camera off and do it that way. That way, nobody has to see this crap. Okay? Thanks. Like, this is not attractive at all. This is gross.
So I got some things here. Conor McGregor knockout. You think the wheelchair's bad. The wheelchair's 1,000 mgs. This is 3,000.
And there is no earthly reason why she needs that much. And she's not a person that she can get a lot and then just take things in moderation. Nope, she's an idiot. She likes to use edibles to show off for her beezers, eating them like Tic Tacs. She's a moron.
Screw coat. Thanks, Anne.
I mean, this is not cute. This is so not cute.
And they gave me free Delta 9 gummies. I don't know Delta 9.
Did you buy that much? They're giving you stuff for free. How much did you spend in your order that they're giving you free stuff? Again, Beezers, if she's buying all this stuff, does she really need your money? 1 minute she's begging for a scooter, begging for this, begging for that. The next minute she's showing up with edibles. Does she really need your money? If she's spending her money on edibles, does she really?
Drunk with power. You couldn't stop crying. Strawberries, you don't really care. Hey, Serena. Time to bees. Green Oak.
And a 42-year-old woman beezing, not cute. It's pretty pathetic, actually.
If I just knock myself out every night. Olive. No, I don't want to be reminded of Salah or Syria. That's the problem. Hey, Barb. Eat half? No, there's a whole bunch. Each one has 300, and I had a bite. And I'm not used. I usually only take 40.
Lies.
Do you think that's 40? Wait. This is 300. Do you think that's 40? Do you dare me?
Chantal, stop lying. I just took a bite. It would take more than a bite to get you in the state that you're in right now. But let's just say you're telling the truth. You took a bite. What else did you take? I would not advise treating your body like a cocktail glass and mixing different things up. That could prove deadly.
I'm going to eat the whole thing. You friggin'. You sent me a message? Okay, Krista. To breathe. Eat it. Eat it. Yeah, these couches are all over TikTok, hey. They're pretty comfy. It would be such a good ceiling couch, which I might do after. Shut up, strawberries. What kind of merch did she make? Ugh. Can we throw tomatoes at her? Throw tomatoes for Aunt Tammy. They're not too low to the ground, no? And they don't sink, and I'm fat. I just had some leftover math food. She made cankle bracelets. Shut up. What? I don't believe you. I better not eat any more of this. Man, these are gonna last a year.
No, they're not. They barely last a week. Bet me.
It's medicine. Why can people take trazodone?
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Is that the lie you're telling yourself? It's medicine. Medicine is something that you take for healing. Medicine is something that you take in moderation. You take the correct dosage for the correct problem. You can go to a dispensary and get every edible in the place and bring it home with you. Not a single one of them are going to correct your type of problems. How many edibles did you take back in Crackhead Olympics, Chantal? You took a lot. Did any one of them fix your problems? No. Because your issues are on the inside. The edibles can't fix those things. And yet you're still trying with the wrong type of medicine to fix your issues. The edibles cannot fix the issues in your head. Same thing with the food. You can eat all the fast food in Ottawa. It's not going to make your problems go away. Those problems are going to be like big pink elephants sitting in a waiting room, waiting for you to address them. And you walk out, you see them all and go, nope. And you walk out of the room, you do your edibles, thinking that'll make them go away. And then you come back in the same room the next day and they're still sitting there, still waiting for you to address them. And that's the way it's going to be until you finally deal with yourself.
At night, but they can't have a Craig O'Connor gummy. Conor McGregor.
When you take stuff like that, you're not escaping your problems. You're just putting off dealing with them.
Feet touch the ground, yeah.
Medicine is not medicine anymore if you're abusing it, and you are. For other people who take edibles or THC, it can be medicine. It can be very beneficial to perhaps body pain or issues, but you're not taking that stuff for that reason. You just want to be high. Therefore, it's not medicine.
I stand with batshit Tammy. And then I got this bomb extracts. I watched the movie Good Boy. I rented it. The shirt says I survived Amberlyn Reed. Imagine your family trying to get in on the hate train. Man, that's pathetic. Blockbuster? There is none. There are none. I don't know, Nina. Maybe I'll try it. Four-figure donation. Yeah. Whoever you choose has to understand you have a friendship with Pete's. Pete's has some reservations. Just be roomies.
Well, that's an improvement. So she just said Pete has some reservations about moving in with her. Maybe he's learning. Maybe he's starting to come to the realization that being around her is not a good idea. Maybe he's got some people in his ear that he's listening to, and I hope that he keeps listening to those people or that person. I think it's smart that he not move in with Foodie right away, because if he did, his life is going to be in turmoil as much as hers is. More than likely, let's just say he did move in with her. What's going to happen? He'd move in with her. She's an idiot. She would dominate about who's going live and when, versus him being where he's at and being able to go live when he wants to. He would be doing his thing, working, making his money. Chantal would constantly be going to Pete's asking for money. And then at the end of the month, when it's time to pay the rent, she's not going to have the rent money. She would go to Pete's and say, hey, you pay 100% of the rent. And you know what he's going to say? I don't have it, Chantal. It would be over as fast as it began. And they'd both be out.
He can come spend weekends? Yeah, because there is a bus, so he could come here anytime. I don't know. We'll see. We're both thinking about it. It's so fucking quiet. I mean, I have constant live streams on and movies. I have a movie on my TV on, and I have a live stream on constantly. And that does actually help with the quiet and loneliness.
You know what else helps? Get out of the house. If you're sitting in your house and you're spinning with your own thoughts, get out of the house. I'm being serious. Get out of the house. Just take a brief walk outside. Let the sun hit your face. Let the wind hit your cheek. Touch the grass. Go to a park or something. Different change of scenery. Absorb different energy besides your own.
Is Pete just. Oh, Nina? He might find someone too, but he more than likely. I don't. Well, you never know. I would really like that for him. But he doesn't like venture out. He doesn't try to find anyone. He says he doesn't want to be with anyone, right? And I understand that. Like, while right now I couldn't even fathom that, there might come a day where I'm completely turned my life around and healthy.
Good luck with that.
And I feel good, really good, and ready to, I don't know, maybe I'll meet somebody and it'll be like instant. Who knows?
Okay, stop right there. Maybe one day I'll meet somebody. Okay, so if you meet them, if you're just as much of a mess as you are right now, do you think if you met someone that you are in a place where you could offer up your best, you can be your best? And if you feel love for someone that actually has a chance, you've gone into every relationship being a fucking mess. And every single one of them have failed because you don't want to fix your mess. So maybe the moral of the story is don't be a mess. Don't walk into a relationship being a mess and expect it to survive. Don't expect it to thrive as if your mess is keeping it from thriving. Maybe the lesson is fix yourself and it might have a chance. But you don't want to do that. You don't want to fix yourself. You expect that whoever you're around, they're supposed to adjust around your mess and walk around it and excuse it and ignore it and not comment on it and stay silent. They're not supposed to speak up and say, hey, you're a mess. Fix it or I'm gone. If they take a stand and stand up for themselves and say, I'm out unless you fix your mess, that's when you start threatening. That's when you start the bullying. That's when you start the complaining and painting a picture of this person is abusive just because they won't put up with me being a problematic person with a whole lot of issues.
Mad Hatter, welcome to Room Producer. Welcome. Sorry, I'm gonna be weird. This is one of my only pleasures in life, okay? Eating Conor McGregor and acting like a weird bitch. I find I look more beautiful with the hijab, so thank you, Miller. Do you think you'll ever actually be healthy?
No. And I know it's a hateful thing to say, but I'm saying it because she's an addict. And she's not fighting against her addictions, she's leaning into them. If she wants a healthy life, she's got to give up what is unhealthy and is controlling her and consuming her from the inside. She's got to release the addictions. She's got to divorce herself from the addictions. She's already in a relationship with food, a long-standing faithful relationship. And as long as she's in a long-standing faithful relationship with food, her other relationships are going to fail. They're going to be ruined before they even get started. And that's not even counting her possible emotional and mental issues, which are unchecked and unmanaged. Oh, that just makes it 1,000 times worse. I'm looking her dead in the eyes right now. There's no fight. She's not fighting for anything. She's not fighting to control the addictions. She's not fighting to control herself. She's not fighting for a sense of purpose. She's not fighting to figure out who she really is and what she wants to do. Her energy is, I give up. I quit. I quit life. I want to quit life. I don't want to go out and live. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to experience things. I don't want to know what real happiness is. So I'm just going to tuck myself away into a room, be all alone, even though I'm miserable being all alone. I'm just going to be all alone in a prison cell of my own design and do nothing else except indulge in my addictions and look for people online to fund my addictions, and of which there are plenty of those people. And they'll keep all the whole thing going. I'm going to keep myself on this miserable hamster wheel and just keep it rolling, and it's never going to stop.
Yeah. Hey, Orange Shrimp. Do you live in a safe neighborhood? No. Thank you, Uncle BB. You should have seen the people out front of the elevator.
Are we judging? It sounds like we're judging. Chantal, you're awful. You judge people without even knowing people. I can only imagine what those people thought when they saw you coming through. But you're making judgments on people. You're looking down on people like you're better than everybody else without even knowing a person. That's an awful, ugly quality you have. Girl, I live in a neighborhood that's maybe not the safest. Those who are familiar with New Mexico, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but there's a section called the war zone. I live on the outside edge of the war zone. Yeah, not the safest place, but I've been here for a while. I've never been bothered, and the people here are pretty nice, but you still got to be careful. But still, when I walk down the street, I don't judge people. I don't judge by the way they look, by the clothes they have on their back, because you never know where your next best friend might be. I give people a chance. It doesn't matter to me if the person walking up to me has a three-piece suit on or not. If the person is homeless or not, I give people a chance. You, not so much. You're always looking down on other people. And you wonder why you have no friends.
You should have seen. Oh no! Well, now you know there's an elevator. It's awful. I have to tell you elevator stories. The people on the elevator.
It's funny how you were terrified of elevators back in Kuwait when you were around Salah. But now that you're alone in your apartment, suddenly you can use elevators just fine. And he doesn't have to be there. Huh? Isn't that weird, y'all? That's really weird. Terrified of elevators. Salah, you have to come with me. But when she's faced with a situation where she has to do something, she does it.
No one's kidnapping a 400 pounds woman.
Close to 600 pounds, but okay.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it? Oh, shit, that's one reason not to go jogging. See? It's dangerous. Thank you, Melissa.
Chantal, you were under the impression that somebody somewhere is going to ravish you or attack you. Girl, please. Seriously? And going back to that comment that you made about the people at the elevator who were just standing there waiting to take the elevator. Can you imagine what they thought when you came walking up? How you appeared? Probably looking all crazy. Maybe smelling like bad choices and bad decisions and regret. With 10 pounds of body odor attached.
The Burris. You're walking home from work oblivious to your surroundings. Pete's on roids. No, they don't. It just becomes my neck. Yeah, pause.
And for the record, yeah, I do live in the war zone and it's not the safest, but I'll tell you what, it's really simple to live in an area like this. Just number one rule, don't walk around with a-hole energy. Don't put out that energy that you're an a-hole. You know, you got to put out the energy of, I belong here. I live here. There's a reason why I'm here. Don't look sketchy. Don't act sketchy. Don't tell people your business. If you got money, keep it to yourself. But don't act all high and mighty. And for the most part, people will leave you alone. Like I said, I live alone. Nobody bothers me. And that's because I don't walk around with a-hole energy. Chantal, she does have that a-hole energy. And if she's walking around with her nose up in the air, that's probably going to get her in trouble.
Salah used to get so mad when I would wear this, just this. What are you wearing? That's not
Huh. Who's that sending you a notification, Chantal?
him. A pensioner? By the way, speaking of pensioners, I had to go to Service Ontario to get reapply for my health card, and it was kind of packed, so there was there was an old man. He looked like Santa Claus. Like he was like my hair needs to be washed. It hasn't been washed. When I wash it, it's more fluffy. Oh, hello, Halas.
Who is sending her all those notifications, all these messages? Who's trying to talk to her while she's doing a live stream?
Um, he sits right beside me. Kaya's court, my neck, my back. He sits right beside me, and he's one of those people that just like talks and talks. So he started talking to me, and close, and his breath, bro. Why his breath was so bad.
This coming from the person that doesn't brush her teeth for weeks. Can you imagine how your breath smells? Where's your toothbrush? Do you even have a toothbrush?
And he was so close that when he was talking and I was breathing, I had to breathe. I was like eating his gross breath air. It was so bad. Yeah, Luke, but I don't know. I have to massage scalp for growth. I needs to be washed and conditioned. It's really greasy and nasty right now.
Well, then why haven't you washed your hair?
So I told my aunt all about it because I stopped there before we went to the hotel, and the waitresses at that restaurant. If you go to Alfred, it's like super French, but they talk like wine. The soup of the day is green vegetable. Nice. I'll have. What the hell is that? You have to eat real food.
Yes, we're going to jump around a lot.
You can't
I
eat.
don't care to hear her fake stories.
I just have to be in Canada. It's just better for me, and I don't want, you know, even if I don't ever want to admit that, I have to admit that. It's true.
So
It's
she's
the
trying to
best.
put this spin on it like, I have to be in Canada. I made the right decision, guys. I have to be in Canada. Girl, you didn't have a choice. After you left the Middle East, where else were you going to go? You don't have the funds to travel abroad. You had to come back. There was no other choice to make.
Plus tomorrow, I'm seeing some family tomorrow, so they know I'm sick. Wear a mask, and they'll stay away from me. You missed the villa. What's that off the stream from earlier? Um, if I'm being honest, because I have truth serum in me, I was having a really weak time. A time of like where my loneliness just like was relentless, and I wanted really bad to have 100% of his attention and for him to answer me right away and everything, and which is wrong of me now that I think about it.
Yeah, and this has been a problem for years. Because I can remember all the way back when you were with BB, you still had this problem of attention. I remember the story that was told that BB was ironing his work shorts, his work shorts. No, his work shirts. He was just ironing his work shirts, and you had a temper tantrum because in that moment you wanted attention from him. So rather than let the man iron his shirts for his job, you threw a fit. You couldn't wait to get his attention. Even though you weren't working and paying the bills and paying the rent, and he was concerned about being proper for work, your need of attention was paramount, right? couldn't get out of the guy's face. Whatever guy you get with, you expect 100% of their attention at all times, and it's impossible to give you enough attention. Impossible. Your need of attention wears people out. You exhaust people to the point where they become tired. And to get some energy, they have to get away from you. To get their life back, they have to get as far away from you as possible. And then you get upset because things aren't going your way, because they aren't doing what you want. You drain their battery down to nothing, and then you wonder why they run. They run because they have to. To have a life, they got to get away from you.
Like, I always take everything personal.
Yep.
And basically what happened was,
and you never stop and ask yourself the question, why does this keep happening to me? Why is it every guy I get with, the same things keep happening? I get with a guy, I start liking him, I get drunk on that new love, and then everything goes sour, and then they run. And then I have to find another one. You never stop and ask yourself the question, what are the things that are making this pattern keep going? You don't ask yourself the question, because if you did, you'd have to look inside yourself at the things that were wrong, that drive people away and keep driving them away.
His dad's down. They're so busy with visiting people and stuff and doing whatever. I don't know. But
and you know what's nuts? What is absolutely insane? There is a definite pattern with Chantal's relationships. Phase 1 and step 1, she meets a guy, locks on target, puts the crosshairs on that man. She decides, I want this man. I want to be with this man no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes. I want this man. Step 2, if she gets with that man, she's drunk on the new love, the new thing, the fresh thing, the new car smell. It's new, it's unfamiliar, it's unique. It's the strange, it's the unfamiliar. Drunk off that new love, high off that new love. It's intoxicating. Stage 3, the newness wears off. The strangeness of it disappears. And then it's just, it is what it is. She's not able to get high off it anymore. The high is all gone. And then the boredom starts setting in. She starts getting bored. Stage 4, she starts acting out. If the guy walks in the room, she makes snide remarks, rolls her eyes, acts rude. She did it with BB. In the beginning, when she brought BB onto her channel, she was like, oh, this is my boyfriend, BB. And then if you watch later streams, when she's doing a live stream, she would make snide remarks about, oh, he's in the living room playing his video games or watching his shows. Annoyed that he was there, even though he was the one paying the bills and paying the rent. Ungrateful brat that she is. Acting very resentful and very rude towards BB. Stage 5. She decides she wants somebody else or she gets kicked out. In none of those stages is there any healing. Is there any admittance of I did something wrong or there's something wrong with me that needs to be fixed? She just wants to continue with the way she is. But every single freaking relationship she's had, you see those phases come up. Meeting a guy, putting the crosshairs on, the infatuation with the new love, the infatuation and the high wears off. and then she gets bored, and then she becomes ungrateful, and then she becomes rude and overbearing and tyrannical and insecure and jealous. And then she goes and she gets with another dude, looking for that new high, always chasing the tail of the dragon.
I got emotional and just like we were arguing about something else also. I can't see. And so I don't remember honestly. It was so weird. We just started arguing.
And it seems to me that arguing is Chantal's love language. She loves to argue. She loves the high drama. It gets her high. She can't be with somebody, just have a normal relationship where she talks to someone. She doesn't talk, she yells. She wants that emotional reaction. And when she doesn't get it, it makes her nuts.
We fight like on occasion. Usually when we text, like he'll be like, "Oh, I guess you're already texting someone else," and I'll do the same to him. Like, "Oh, I bet you're married already. I bet you're already on your fifth kid."
And this is something you would say to someone you care about. Shots being fired back and forth. This is going to get a positive result. Instead of doing all of that, why not just have a conversation where nobody hurts anybody? No, you got to be hurtful, right, Chantal? Got to get that one up. I don't know who taught you or where you learned it, where you think to yourself, the more I hurt him, the more he loves me. That is twisted.
I did block him, but I unblocked him.
And you're playing games again. That's a power game. That's a power play. She doesn't get it. She doesn't have power over him anymore.
And when I unblocked him, he messaged me. I don't know if they can tell.
And you know what, Chantal? Every time you do a live stream where you're just like this, where you're high as balls, you're messy, you're unwashed, even though I can't read Salah's mind, I bet that when he sees you like this, he thinks to himself, I made the right choice. I made the right call, letting her go home to Canada. This is not someone you can make a life with. This is not someone you can live with. This person is unstable and they need help. And the help they need, I can't give them. This is too much mess for any one person to handle on their own. It's over my head, it's over her head. I made the right call. Everything played out the way that it did because it had to play out that way. You're too much. You're a burden to anyone that you're around, whether it's a family member or a friend or a relationship. You become a burden. The relationship becomes a burden. It becomes stressful. It becomes hurtful. And nobody can put up with that for too long. He's not looking at your stream saying, I really miss her and I want her back and I want her to live with me. She had such great qualities. He's not thinking that. He's looking at all of this saying, dang, this is what she's like on her own. And it's just getting worse. I am so glad I got away from all that.
Men are not good to talk to with emotional stuff. At least the ones I've known in my life. They don't get it, you know? Don't let him see you weak. We're not getting back together anyway. I should keep some kind of line open for Julia's sake. I gotta figure out a way to get her. I have.
You're trying to use Julia as an anchor to hold on to Salah. Pull up anchor and let him go. He wants to go. Chantal, I did readings earlier privately. He wants to go. He wants to pull himself completely away from you. He's trying to be nice and let you down easy. He's trying to be nice about it, but you're not being nice about it. You're not taking the hint. You're not reading the room. He wants you to leave him alone.
Have to. I miss her so much.
She doesn't miss you, I'm sure.
You guys are funny. Right knockout? Conor McGregor?
Laura Parker says, if it's a fight this often, there's no point in unblocking him. That's not healthy. No, it isn't.
Why did
Old man says, Beesh, stop talking to him. What do you have to gain? Absolutely nothing. But she persists anyway because she wants to convince herself that even from afar, she can control him, manipulate him, stress him out, be a part of his life. She wants a place in his life, even though clearly he does not want her in his life and he wants to keep it moving. She doesn't want him to keep it moving. She wants him to stop and give her attention.
didn't his dad visit you while you were there? Well, that could be a myriad of reasons, friend. Could be that just because he's coming down because Salah's going to be alone now, going through a transitional phase, and he wants to be there, and he hasn't been. Combine that with he hasn't been since before the war or for years and years, so yeah, mixture of things. Hey, Christina.
So Too Cool says, why didn't he come with you on the second Thailand trip? I can answer that question. Because he went to Thailand with Foodie on the first trip and she was a nightmare. I mean, think about it. Doesn't it make sense? Here's Salah. He loves to travel. He likes to go places. I'm sure that when Foodie talked to him initially, she made promises about we're going to travel together, which he liked to hear. So finally, after so long, they were able to go to Thailand together. I'm sure it wasn't a fun trip for Salah. Chantal isn't exactly the most fun travel partner. She's not one that you can travel with and that both of you can see the sights together and take pictures and go to the beach and make some fun memories. She's a drag. She got to Thailand and all she did was complain and eat and whine about the weather and the heat. Every excursion that they had in Thailand was a burden. Was her complaining about, I'm tired, her barely able to walk or acting like she couldn't walk. He couldn't see anything. He couldn't go anywhere without her whining. She was a soggy, moldy, wet blanket that he had to drag around everywhere. Obviously, it wasn't a fun experience if she had to go to Thailand again and he didn't go with her, despite the fact that he likes to travel. He said, nope, you got to do your visa run, you go by yourself. So she went by herself. And what happened? She was in Thailand, and what did she do? She made herself sick over and over again. She stayed high. She had diarrhea all over the place. And I'm sure he was watching all those streams just to see how she would function without a caretaker, and she couldn't function very well. And I'm sure that told him everything that he needed to know about, am I with a stable person? Am I with an independent person? The answer was, heck no. This is someone who's so codependent that when you put them alone somewhere, they cannot function. They can't figure things out. They are absolutely lost. And the crazy thing is, she's older than him and acting younger than him, much younger. She's practically like a freaking child.
Thank you, Nancy. Still needs to talk to her about Julia and such. Yeah. His response is self worth. Yeah, I know.
I mean, he was offered a second trip to Thailand, all expenses paid, turned it down. That's how awful she is. He didn't want to deal with it a second time. One time was enough.
You know when you get like really like desperate and you want to hear from them no matter what. But then that passes whenever like I give myself a figurative head shake because I'll be like,
You don't give yourself a head shake. You go straight to your phone and you're blowing up somebody's phone with constant text messages and phone calls. Don't sit there and act like you're stable now, girl. It's far too late. You get unstable, you get in your headspace, and you're like, what is he doing? Who's he talking to? Why isn't he talking to me? I bet he's spending time with somebody. You don't calm down and let logic and sense sit at the table with your emotions and have a conversation with them. You let your emotions run wild, and then you act out and you act stupid and you do awful behavior. And then later on, you have regrets because there are consequences for the things you say and you do.
you left for a fucking reason. And I even told myself,
Now, you left for a reason, all right. You left because your visa was up and the family didn't want to put up with you anymore. And they said, go home. So you had to go. You didn't leave on your own, they made you leave. You were an unwanted house guest who stayed far too long and you wore out your welcome.
when I was sitting there smoking shisha, watching a movie, and I was thinking, you are leaving in a couple of days. Do not, do not forget this moment. Remember this moment when you're having moments of weakness and loneliness. Remember it. Don't know. So annoying. I love the hair and chins. Hit the like. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you being here for me. Like, I really do. I don't want to start crying. Like, no. What you feels like.
You never really loved Salah, and he didn't love you either. You were both around each other for different reasons. You needed somebody for companionship. You needed to go to the Middle East, using the Middle East as an escape room to get away from the problems that you created for yourself in Canada. And he needed you for the money. So there was a mutual agreement. You needed a safe space to get away from your problems. He needed the money. The two of you negotiated. You came to an agreement. And it went on far too long. And now it's over. Time to deal with the music you've made.
Yeah. Maybe I do need therapy because there's obviously things that bother me.
Oh, you need a lot of therapy. Sad thing is, you would never go. And even if you did, you wouldn't listen to the person talking to you because they wouldn't praise you. Being with a therapist means no hug box, and you got to tell the truth. And when you go into the therapy room with a therapist, you got to go in as Chantal Marie, not Foodie Beauty. You can't hide in your fake, phony YouTube persona. You got to put that aside and be your real, authentic self. Do you even know how to do that? Do you know who you really are to speak from the truthful part of your soul? Does it even exist? I don't know. You've ignored it for a long time. You never cultivated it. You lived a life of lies, nothing but lies. So could you step out of that fantasy world and get real for a moment? I don't know if you can.
Especially with like not being able to have kids, like that has made me feel so insignificant in that culture. And it's probably just I've met women who don't have kids and who can't have kids there, and they just stay single and like a virginal forever. Like a- or they allow a second wife and they have a family that way. Like I met someone whose sister is married and he took a second wife, and him and that second wife had a child, and now they all raised her together, and it was like a big happy family. Like how do you do that? Like
You know, Chantal, you're so desperate for a man that you don't get to know the man that you want to be with. You just see an attractive guy and go, that one. I want to be with that one. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're a bad man. I don't care if they're bad for me. I don't care what they want, what their dreams are, if they want a family or not. I just want that one. Whatever that one is. You want to fast track the whole getting to know you process and get to the relationship part. Well, there is no true relationship unless you get to know the person, they get to know you. I think part of the reason why you want to fast track everything is because you want to hurry things up and be with that man before he figures out who you really are and what you're really about. You want to trap that man in a relationship, trap them with feelings and emotions, and put them in a place where they can't get away from you. If you really want love, and it's the right person, you can take your time and they'll want to take their time and you'll get to know them and they will be your best friend and you will be their best friend. A real best friend, Chantal, not someone you just keep around to act as a resource and you can reach your pudgy little hand in their pocket and take their money out and use them for whatever you need using for. A real best friend that you care about them as a person and they care about you as a person. You both support each other and you trust each other and there is respect. You respect that person. They respect you. You do not disrespect them. You do not hurt them. You don't do things to be hurtful. You don't want your partner to be your best friend. Hi, Mugger. You don't want a partner. You want someone you can use. Stop being in such a doggone hurry to be with a man. And take into consideration that some men want families. And if you meet a man that having a family is high priority, maybe that's not the man for you. Because you got to know at some point, if they want a family, that's got to be addressed. You can't just walk all the way around it.
like you must not totally fully love the guy. I don't know. Like if you know when you're in love and there's the thought of sharing them makes you want to puke. Like I don't know.
Hold on a second. What was that again? Sorry, I was talking all the way through it. Let's go back.
Not being able to have kids, like that has made me feel so insignificant in that culture. And it's probably just I've met women who don't have kids and who can't have kids there, and they just stay single and like a virginal forever. Like or they allow a second wife and they have a family that way. Like I met someone whose sister is married and he took a second wife, and him and that second wife had a child.
Is she talking about Salah? Sometimes Chantal talks in third person. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's go back again. This sounds like she's describing Salah. I know somebody that has a sister. They got married and he has a wife and a baby. Sounds like she's talking about Salah right here.
I love the hair and chins. Hit the like, thank you guys. I appreciate you being here for me. Like, I really do. I don't want to start crying. Like, no. What you feels like. Yeah. Maybe I do need therapy because there's obviously things that bother me. Especially with like not being able to have kids. Like, that has made me feel so insignificant in that culture. And it's probably just I've met women who don't have kids and who can't have kids there, and they just stay single and like a virginal forever. Like, uh, or they allow a second wife and they have a family that way. Like, I know I met someone whose sister is married, and he took a second wife, and him and that second wife had a child, and now they've all raised her together, and it was like a big happy family.
It sounds like she's describing Salah's second wife. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like she's saying, without saying, that Salah has a wife, has a child, and it bothers her if he has a second wife because that second wife is providing him with a family, and she feels insignificant because she can't have children with Salah. Although I would like to add to that conversation something that Chantal said a while ago. She said that she wishes that she could get pregnant because then she could baby trap a man with her, which is a horrible idea, to get pregnant and use a child in that way for that reason. But that's where her mind goes. She doesn't like kids. She doesn't want a family. So if she could ever get pregnant, she would do it strictly because she wants to trap a man with her forever.
Like, how do you do that? Like, you must not totally fully love the guy. I don't know. Like, if you know when you're in love and there's the thought of sharing them makes you want to puke. Like, I don't know. He fertilized someone's egg. And, like, what the hell? That's like so. Get away from me. I'd rather be lonely.
I think it's an insecurity thing. Look, she knew what she was signing up for when she got involved with Salah. I'm sure she knew that family is a big thing over there, and that over in the Middle East, men can be married to multiple wives. And she absolutely forbid it. Oh, he's not marrying somebody else. But if he wants a family and if he wants a child, if that is something that he wanted, he could obviously not get it with her. So she could not provide him with certain things. Therefore, if he wanted certain things, he would have to take a second wife. Or maybe Chantal was the second wife and there was actually a first one that was in the picture before she even showed up. I'm not exactly sure of the order here. But Chantal would be resentful of another wife and even more resentful of any children that would result in his union with another wife, because the way her mind works is, I'm having to share the attention with another woman. And if the woman is pregnant, she's going to get attention because she's pregnant. She's adding to the family. And then here comes a child. That's another thing taking attention away.
Find another Arab man in Canada. They're whitewashed. Yeah, they can't be picky about being
Wow, that comment she just made. Girl, shut up already.
Muslim, but I want a God fearing man, but then they wouldn't be with someone like me, would they? Because I'm too nuts. Sister wives. Yeah, right. Adopt a child.
No. Who is giving her these crazy ideas? Jen says, "Oh, Chantal, you're back in Canada. You could adopt a child, and any man that's right for you would be cool with that." Why is anybody suggesting for her to adopt? Not that I think that she'd be successful. Chantal is a child herself. Hey, Jen, take a look at her. Take a look at her right now. This 42-year-old woman who doesn't have her act together, who's a serious addict. All she cares about is satisfying her addictions. That's where all her money goes. And you think she'd be a good parent? She can't even take care of a cat properly. She's practically neglecting the cat. Can you imagine how she'd be with a child? Chantal is that kind of person. She hates kids, number one. Number two, if she had a child, she'd be jealous of her own child. She'd be neglectful of her own child. If that child got attention, she'd be jealous of that child and act out. No, she does not need a child.
I cannot be a parent. I have
No.
so much work to do on myself that is
Yep.
actually quite fucking depressing. Baby was what? They're not really always arranged marriages. Like, everyone I've met, only one of them have been in an arranged marriage. The rest I've found them on their own. I almost wonder, like, if I could go back in time. Honestly, if I could go back in time and be raised, or to do this on my own accord, with the principle of waiting until marriage, marrying somebody, and having like a family like that. Teardrop, hello! Who's Harley for life? What? Where are they? I don't know. Did they? Who's Harley for life? I don't know. Okay, who's Harley for life? Come forth. Is that you, Scrape? I just want to make sure I don't have a rogue. It's not Salah. He doesn't. What's Harley? Was it you, Scrape? No! No one blocked strawberries. Wait, I blocked strawberries the last time. No, they're not blocked.
I think that's funny. I don't know if Salah is in the chat just blocking people in stealth mode, but if he is, I think that's funny.
So who is it then?
Chantal, you are the content creator. If you weren't so doggone stoned, you'd be able to figure it out.
Stop timing people out. Hold on a second. Okay. Cornbread? Welcome to my provision recipes. I don't know who that is.
I mean, how many mods do you have for your channel? It's not like you have 22 mods in your chat. You've only got a handful. You can't figure out who is doing it? You should know.
Thank you, Melodious. I
I'm sorry, and I got to call BS on this whole thing because I've been a mod for different channels. You know when somebody got blocked, and you can see who did it. The mods can see that. She can see that.
I unmodded someone that I didn't recognize the name, so no bingo. I don't know. It's not him.
And how could she have a mod that she doesn't know? Does that even make sense? It really doesn't make sense, does it? It's not like Chantal's over there modding everybody. If you're a mod for Chantal, she mods people that she can trust. She shouldn't just randomly mod people. She should know exactly who it is.
No, yeah, tell me, please, Teardrop, because I'll let Shabib.
Who is sending her messages?
I'll let Shabib. I just want to let you know that you're a scumbag, and I'm in the land of free where you can't do shit about it. You know,
Oh, are you saying do your worst? Remember the last time you did that, Chantal? You dared people to do their worst, and what happened? You had to leave Kuwait.
why you're a scumbag? I've wanted to tell you this for a long time. You're a scumbag because you sold your friend out. You sold out. Like, you betrayed your friend. You're gross. You want to know the truth about Sarah Jadel? Follow me. Yeah. Okay.
And you're a scumbag for going after his wife, who did absolutely nothing to you, calling her a sharmuta and saying awful, vulgar things about her. And you didn't even know her, and she did no wrong to you.
Sorry, Nina. I had to get that off my chest. What's he gonna do? Like, he's like, oops, Rice. He's like a 12 million hour fucking plane right away. He hasn't sold enough keyboards, fucking Bluetooth keyboards, to buy a ticket. Anyways, so
Keep poking the bear, Chantal. Keep writing checks that your butt is going to have to cash one day. Keep going. Oh, please keep going. Do it. You running your mouth is going to get real expensive. There are consequences for the things you do and the things you say. And there's a variety of ways you can pay. Some of them you may not want to pay, but you're gonna.
listen, he has no right to be mad at me. He started that. Would you be happy if somebody like close to your husband, you see that in a video one day that he wants to sell some tea that doesn't even exist? Anyway.
Chantal, I am taking note of the fact that when you were in the Middle East, you were not running your mouth this way. You're only doing it because you're back in Canada and you're acting like a bratty little schoolgirl saying, nanny, nanny, boo boo, you can't get me. You're doing the equivalent of that right now. Nanny, nanny, boo boo, you can't get me. What are you going to do? Be careful. Be careful. Because turnabout is fair play. If you're running your mouth in Canada because you think you're untouchable, understand that if Salon knows anything about you, and I'm sure that he does, the same rules apply. He's in the Middle East. He can say what he wants to say about you. What are you going to do? It's not like you have the money to jump on a plane and go stop him. And even if you did, even if you could, it's a 35-hour plane ride. By the time you got there, he spilt all the tea.
Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Harley for life comes on your lives. Really? Oh, I didn't ever see them as a mod. And oh fuck, I felt so bad. Oh my god. Fuck. So I was like, uh, I don't know, honestly. I'm like, I think I left it in Canada by accident. Because I didn't bring it to Canada. And I think that's where it got moldy. Oh, no, he's not. Hey, baby W, Layla. Are you in Ottawa? What's a sugar reading? I've been to Niagara Falls. I'm funny? Thank you. Move in with who? You're scaring me. Hey, Missy Man.
There's another notification. Who is she talking to? Who's trying to talk to her?
I'll keep sniffling it if you don't stop messing with my chat. Unicity, yeah, so I went to this meeting and this Arab guy was like talking to me about the company, me and Salah. Anyway, it was a nice meeting, nice venue area. And he said that I looked ambitious. And, you know, and then I just lost interest. I don't like to do collaborations with companies. I like to do, like, I don't know. I don't like to feel like be put under conditions. And besides which, it's not like I get a lot of offers.
Yeah, and ain't that sad? 100K plus channel. You would think just by the size of her channel alone that she'd be sponsored by somebody. I've seen much smaller channels that have got sponsorships, but not Foodie. No one wants to touch her with a 10-foot pole. There's a reason.
Yeah. You don't need collabs, you are the star? Well, I don't know. Starfish, maybe. No. Hey! You should see the big boxes that this couch came in. Oh my god. So but I do remember you guys. Thank you. I still love you guys. I never even knew we had beef or anything. Seriously. Water under the bridge, man. I'm totally okay with gays.
Okay, there's way too many notifications coming in. Who are you talking to, Chantal?
What do you mean? I love gays. I know that sounds like something that someone that doesn't love them would say. But of course I do. Like I have no like innately within me like
I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I don't believe that you, in your heart, support the LGBTQ community just because you've been disrespectful to that community and the people in it by lying and saying, I'm coming out, I'm going to date a woman. And you did this during Pride Week, specifically during Pride Week. Interesting the timing of that. And you're not into women. You are not a gay woman. You don't identify even as a bisexual woman. You have no interest in women that way. You are into men. You've had encounters with Dee Dee and Natter, but not because you had an interest in Dee Dee. You did the threesome deal twice just because you wanted to be with Natter. So if you cared about the LGBTQ community, then you wouldn't have gotten out of your way to exploit that community just for extra views.
My belief, like my whole life, you know, I've had like a lot of gay friends, and no, I'm totally okay. But I did unmod him.
Oh, ECP says when you were with Salah, you said gay people were hellbound. Yeah, she said that. So, how can you say that you support the excuse me, the LGBTQ community and make a comment like that? You can't straddle the fence, Chantal.
Oh, pause. I don't know. I don't see him blocking. You feeling way too good. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Teardrop.
Bingo Bonnie says you said you didn't a few minutes ago. So she made some comments, but the moment somebody comes in and gives her money, suddenly she's hopping over the fence and taking a different point of view. So can anybody believe what she says? And she can switch her views just that quick.
Oh, hey, Lynn. Herb. No, he's not a mod. What does it matter?
It matters because you were trash talking him and his family today, saying all kinds of hurtful, hateful things. You guys are supposed to be done. So the big question on the chalkboard is, are you guys done or not? Stop trying to play people for fools. Are you done or not? Is it over? You've grifted a whole lot of money from people claiming it's over. And yet there are things pointing the fact that it's not over. You trash talk him, but on your lives, you're still promoting his gaming channel. You're still promoting the couples channel. And if he's still a mod on your channel, how does that look? When it's over, it's over. And if you're getting a divorce and you're feeling a certain kind of way, it doesn't make sense to keep promoting him, does it?
I can do it anytime.
If you really were mad at him, you should have done it a long time ago.
No, Nancy, you're hooked. Thanks.
I mean, honestly, I don't see the sense in promoting the couples channel anymore because you guys aren't making content on it. And I don't see the sense in promoting his gaming channel because it's a gaming channel. What's that got to do with your channel? You don't like the guy, stop promoting him, stupid.
Anyways. What? They said something where? They're not
Trixie says, Chantal, is Salah a mod because you're being shady? Yes, she is.
blocked, are they? I think it came up when Salah and the Zachary Michael thing happened. What happened? I don't remember for real.
Miss Blackwood says, stop lying about it, girl. We know he is. This is Chantal thinking that she's smarter than everybody else in the room. Thinking everybody's stupid when they're not stupid.
Someone tell me. Thanks for the super chat, guys. Melodious, come over. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't mess with my channel. I
Yes, he would. You sat there and you talked mad trash about him and his family. Why wouldn't he mess with your channel? Especially while you're high as balls. Why wouldn't he? Why not? Because he loves you so much? Please.
swear he would not do that. He's not like that.
Are you certain? Are you sure?
I know I don't seem like a good judge of character, but I am, and that makes it worse because I'm sometimes aware of what they're like and I don't care. Because, like, once I fall in love with someone, it's, like, hard to leave. But
You may fall in love, but it doesn't mean they're falling in love with you.
there's a lot of amazing things about him, too.
Oh boy. Here we go again. Oh boy, I'm getting flashbacks. I am getting flashbacks. This is almost verbatim what she said about Natter. You guys don't know him like I do. He's really a great guy. He's got great qualities. There's a lot of amazing qualities about him. Almost verbatim what she said about Natter. You could take Natter's name out of the textbook and put Salah's name, and it would still fit. Same playbook.
But that's not what my point was. Anyways, he would not mess with anything. But I am gonna, don't worry, I will. I'll protect my stuff. Yes, yeah. I am in control of my stuff, yeah.
No, you're not.
He's not like that. He's not like the swordfish. Who gave you the super chat? Just checking to see. Oh. Teardrop. Have you ever tried the gummies teardrop? Oh no, it's illegal in your state, eh?
So Miss Blackwood says, why on earth would you let him be a mod now? Why on earth indeed? Why would she? Why would this be allowed? Beezers. Answer your own question. Think about it. Take all the time you need and think about it. Why would she allow him to be a mod? Could it be because things really aren't over like she claims they are? I mean, it would make sense, right? Kind of feels that way. Because under normal circumstances, that person would not be a mod, right? But he is, and he's deleting people. And she's not raging. She's not mad. She's not telling him to stop. She's not taking away his mod status. She's allowing it to happen. Why is this behavior being allowed? Because she doesn't want to completely cut the string. She wants him there for whatever reason she does. So they aren't done. Because when you're done, you burn the bridge between yourself and that person. You torch it so that you can't go back again. As long as there's a plank of wood between her and Salah, she will step on it to get to him. And so she's leaving that plank of wood, and he's still got mod status, and he's deleting people, and she don't care. She wants him in her life somewhere. Even if he's doing damage, she still wants him there.
Well, I hope they get with the times. Cause, whoa, I gotta test out this couch. Okay. It would be late where he is. Strange. Oh. How's Pete's? How's Pete's? He's good. His channel name is Pete's of My Mind. He's live right now. Hi, Sarah. He's here? Uh-oh. Hello.
So he's in the room and she's like, oh, he's here. Hi. Hello. Hee hee. They're not done.
They're talking about rice over.
Like, look at a little schoolgirl. He walked in the room. I'm so happy he's here. I want his attention and I'm getting it. Nauseating.
What's there to talk about with his rice? Uh, yeah, Lena and Jax, I'm happy to be back. I hate mushy rice. So I watched the movie Good Boy, the horror movie, cream ones, sugar free diet Dr Pepper.
Oh, and by the way, Beezers, just something to think about. If Salah still has mod status, if he's still hovering about, if Chantal knows that he's hovering about, more than likely she's not going to drop any more tea. If he knows that he's around listening and watching, she's going to shut her mouth until the next time she gets doggone mad, and then she might let some more out. But if he's around, it ain't going to happen.
And pomegranate flavor and blueberry.
Like, we're going to go back to boring, stupid, let's talk about movies and food chat. Ugh.
Alpha soda waters. Why are you so cute? Shit. I think they're pretty ripe.
Oh boy, we're back to show and tell. God. I hate show and tell. I hate the way she does show and tell. Here, look, here's a tomato. So what?
I can make the best BLT right now. Tomato.
Who has a random tomato in their living room? I ask you. That is just so weird and random. Here, I have this tomato sitting right next to me while I do a live stream. Huh? Weirdo.
Brr. She's probably cold. I should put a blanket.
And as you can see, that gummy is hitting. Look at her. She can barely talk.
Yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm putting this away for the night.
And for those of you that were not around during Crackhead Olympics, you want to know what the reaction channels had to deal with during Crackhead Olympics? Here's just a sample. This is what we had to deal with. Her coming on camera and getting so greened out that she could barely talk. Chantal hates the reactors. She hates the archive channels. She hates Girl World. But I'll tell you what, we were practically the life support to her dead channel back in the day, having to work our magic to keep her interesting because she didn't give us much to work with. Her coming on camera so greened out she could barely talk. This is what we dealt with right here. She wasn't like funny high. giggly high, can still talk high. She was almost comatose high. And we had to make her interesting. And trust me, it wasn't easy. This is the crap that she was doing back in the day. And I hate the fact that it's back.
Whew. Yikes.
Like, this is entirely too much, Chantal.
Oh. A herpes.
Look at her. Is this entertainment? Is this what she considers entertainment? I don't find it entertaining. It's not entertaining when she comes on camera this way. She's not even hamburger-eyed. Her eyes are practically closed. She ready to zonk out. Look.
I don't know, Nev.
And just remember, Beezers, this is what you paid for. We warned you. Girl World warned you. We said this is what she was going to do when she got back. Were we lying to you? Chantal will lie to you. She'll lie to your face. She'll lie and she'll take your money. She'll make you promises and never fulfill a single one of them. But we never lied. We said when she got back to Canada that she would find a place, plop herself down, get high every night, and she was not going to entertain you. And here we are. We were being honest. You should have listened to us.
The pipes are angry. I just changed my entire life.
Okay, you know what? It's late. I'm really tired. I'm not entertained by her being too stoned. So I'm done. We're done here. We are absolutely done for the evening. That's it. No more. That's all. It's time to go. Hope you all have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.